Did you know that every 40 seconds someone in the US suffers a heart attack or stroke? And the ones who often miss the warning signs are older adults and women. According to the CDC, thousands of Americans pass away each year never realizing their hearts have been screaming for help long before. In a country with some of the most advanced healthcare in the world, where you can schedule a doctor's appointment with a single click, over 800,000 people still die annually from heart disease, making it the #1 cause of death in the United States. The real danger isn't just death itself, but a death that comes silently, suddenly, without warning. Or more accurately, it warned you, but you didn't hear it. How many times have you woken up feeling a strange tightness in your chest, a wave of dizziness, an unexplained fatigue that just won't go away? You probably thought it was just age, the weather, or a restless night. But in truth, these may be heart attack warning signs, your body's quiet cry for help. So what can cause a heart attack? What are the early symptoms of a stroke or a silent heart attack? Most importantly, how can you prevent a heart attack or stroke naturally, safely, and without medication? You don't need to be a doctor to understand what your body is telling you. Just take a few minutes to watch this video, and you'll discover a simple, natural spice, supported by science, that can help unclog arteries, improve circulation, and protect your heart starting today. Don't let your heart cry out one more time.
They often start quietly, a strange pressure in your chest that vanishes as quickly as it came. A single night where you find yourself breathless in bed. A creeping fatigue that clings to you, even after a full night's sleep. Most people dismiss these sensations, chalking them up to age, a bad dream, or something they ate. But for many older adults in the United States, these subtle signals are not random. They are the body's earliest whispers of an approaching heart attack. According to the American Heart Association, 1 in 5 heart attacks is silent, meaning the person has no clear warning and might not even realize it happened until much later. In older adults, and especially in women, these events often arrive masked in vague symptoms that don't fit the dramatic image of a heart attack we see in movies. Instead of sharp chest pain, it may feel like discomfort, pressure, or unexplained exhaustion. That is why understanding the early signs, sometimes appearing up to a month in advance, is not only wise, it could be life-saving. One common sign is chest discomfort that appears during light activity. Walking to get the mail, carrying groceries, or climbing a few stairs might trigger a sensation of pressure, tightness, or burning in the chest. It may fade when you rest, but that pattern is not benign. It could mean your heart is not receiving enough oxygen-rich blood. Shortness of breath is another red flag, especially when lying down or trying to sleep. Needing extra pillows to feel comfortable or waking up gasping for air might indicate fluid backing up in the lungs, a classic sign of heart failure or an impending heart event. These aren't just signs of getting older, they are signs your heart may be struggling. Perhaps the most overlooked symptom is unexplained fatigue. According to Cleveland Clinic, over 70% of women report profound fatigue in the weeks before a heart attack. This isn't tiredness from a busy day, it's a deep, ongoing weariness that makes even simple tasks feel exhausting. And because it doesn't hurt, many ignore it. Other signs include nausea, dizziness, or lightheadedness, especially in women. Harvard Health notes that women are more likely to experience these symptoms than chest pain. Cold sweats while resting, anxiety that seems to come from nowhere, and disturbed sleep patterns can all be early warning signs. And pain radiating to the jaw, neck, upper back, or arms, particularly the left arm, is often associated with heart attacks in men. But in women, the pain may feel more like tension or pressure in less obvious places, such as the back or throat. Alongside these heart-related symptoms, it's essential to recognize the early signs of stroke. Stroke is the 5th leading cause of death in the U.S., and high blood pressure is a major contributor. Watch for facial drooping, weakness in one arm, and slurred or confusing speech. If any of these occur, time is critical. Immediate action can mean the difference between recovery and long-term damage. The truth is, your body often speaks before it breaks. These symptoms, though subtle, are not accidental. They are warnings. They are the heart's way of asking for help. Ignoring them is not strength. It is silence in the face of danger.
It often begins without pain, without warning, and without noise. High blood pressure, known in the medical world as hypertension, is called the silent killer for a reason. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, nearly half of all adults in the United States, about 119 million people, have high blood pressure, but only 1 in 4 have it under control. And among older adults, especially those over 65, the risk multiplies. What makes high blood pressure so dangerous is not just the number on the monitor. It's the damage it quietly causes day by day. When your blood is constantly pushing too hard against your artery walls, those walls begin to suffer microscopic injuries. Over time, these small tears invite cholesterol, fat, and calcium to stick and build up. This is how plaque forms, narrowing the arteries and making them less flexible, a condition known as atherosclerosis. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, this buildup significantly raises the risk of both heart attacks and strokes. But the danger doesn't stop there. High blood pressure also puts extra strain on the heart muscle itself. It forces your heart to work harder just to pump blood through stiff, narrowed vessels. Over time, this can lead to congestive heart failure, a condition where the heart can no longer keep up with the body's needs. It is one of the most common causes of hospitalization among older adults in the U.S. In the brain, that same pressure becomes even more threatening. When arteries in the brain are weakened, they can either burst, causing a hemorrhagic stroke, or become blocked by a clot, leading to an ischemic stroke. The CDC notes that high blood pressure is the leading cause of stroke and a major contributor to permanent disability in older populations. What's worse, the earliest symptoms may go unnoticed or be mistaken for fatigue or confusion. That's why understanding the signs and symptoms of stroke is crucial. In women, signs of a mini-stroke might include sudden confusion, vision problems, or a brief loss of coordination. These episodes may last only minutes, but they are clear warnings that a larger stroke could be on the horizon. And so the question naturally follows, if high blood pressure is so dangerous and yet so common, what are millions of seniors doing every day to protect themselves without relying solely on medication? The answer may surprise you, because for many, heart health doesn't begin in a pill bottle. It begins with small, daily choices, with gentle, natural interventions that restore balance instead of forcing it. In the next section, we'll explore a surprising spice found in kitchens more often than pharmacies that's showing real promise in supporting circulation, easing arterial tension, and empowering seniors to care for their hearts naturally and consistently. Because when you understand the problem, you're halfway to the solution, and your heart is worth nothing less.
We've explored how high blood pressure quietly weakens the arteries, how it burdens the heart, and how it becomes the silent architect of stroke and heart failure. Now let's turn to something surprisingly powerful, something that's been sitting quietly in kitchen cupboards for centuries, long before modern medicine put names to these conditions: cayenne pepper. Used for generations in traditional medicine across many cultures, cayenne pepper has been valued not just as a spice, but as a healing tool. Herbalists used it to stimulate circulation, cleanse the blood, and revive vitality in those who felt sluggish or cold. Today, science is beginning to confirm what folk wisdom has known all along. Cayenne pepper, particularly through its active compound capsaicin, holds real potential for cardiovascular health. Capsaicin, the compound responsible for cayenne's heat, does more than just awaken your taste buds. According to research published in the journal Circulation, capsaicin has been shown to promote vasodilation, the relaxation and widening of blood vessels by stimulating the production of nitric oxide in the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels. This process helps reduce vascular resistance and allows blood to flow more freely. The result? Lower blood pressure and improved circulation without the side effects often associated with synthetic medications. Beyond its blood pressure lowering potential, capsaicin also appears to have a mild blood thinning effect. It may help prevent blood platelets from clumping together, which is critical in reducing the risk of blood clots, a leading cause of ischemic stroke. A study conducted at the 3rd Military Medical University in China found that capsaicin reduced the formation of cholesterol-rich plaques in the arteries, increasing arterial elasticity and lowering LDL cholesterol, also known as the bad cholesterol. This is important because stiff arteries are a major risk factor for both heart attacks and strokes. When arteries lose their flexibility, the heart must work harder to pump blood through them, increasing the likelihood of hypertension and heart damage. Capsaicin's ability to support arterial health makes it a promising natural ally in the effort to prevent stroke and promote heart health for seniors. But, as with all powerful tools, there are precautions to take. Cayenne pepper is potent. For individuals taking blood thinners such as warfarin or those with gastrointestinal sensitivities, it's wise to consult a healthcare provider before adding cayenne to your routine. The American Herbalists Guild suggests starting with very small doses, such as 1/8 of a teaspoon per day mixed into warm water or meals, and gradually increasing as tolerated. Now, this doesn't mean cayenne is a magic cure, but it is a gentle, natural way to support your heart, your circulation, and your overall vitality, especially when paired with other wise choices, like a heart-friendly diet, regular movement, and restful sleep.
Knowing that cayenne pepper can support heart health is one thing, but turning that knowledge into something you can safely and simply do each day, that's where the real value lies. And for older adults, the key is not complexity, it's consistency, comfort, and clarity. One of the easiest and most effective ways to use cayenne pepper is to start your morning with a warm drink that gently awakens your circulation. Begin with a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne powder, about 30 to 60 milligrams of capsaicin, mixed into a glass of warm water. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice and a teaspoon of raw honey. This combination not only softens the intensity of the cayenne, but also brings added benefits. Lemon aids digestion, and honey can soothe inflammation. Sip slowly. You'll feel a gentle warmth moving through your chest. That's not just the spice, it's your blood vessels expanding, welcoming better flow. If the idea of drinking cayenne doesn't suit your taste, try using it in meals. Sprinkle a small pinch, just 1/8 of a teaspoon, onto a bowl of oatmeal, a vegetable soup, or a fruit smoothie. You won't need much to feel the effects, and when blended with other flavors, the spice becomes more manageable. As your body adapts, you can gradually increase the amount, but there's no rush. The American Herbalist Guild recommends starting small and only increasing if you feel comfortable. Most research on capsaicin's health benefits indicates effective dosages between 30 and 120 milligrams per day, which is roughly equivalent to 1/8 to half a teaspoon of cayenne powder. A 2020 review in Phytotherapy Research confirmed that doses within this range are generally well tolerated and associated with improved vascular function, reduced LDL cholesterol, and lowered blood pressure. That said, not everyone should jump in without caution. People with a history of stomach ulcers, acid reflux, or irritable bowel syndrome may find cayenne irritating to their digestive tract. Likewise, if you're on anticoagulant medications such as warfarin or aspirin, cayenne's mild blood thinning properties may enhance those effects. That's why it's essential to speak with your doctor or pharmacist before making cayenne part of your routine, especially if you're being treated for cardiovascular conditions. This is not about adding heat for the sake of heat. It's about adding life, supporting your heart gently, naturally through one simple act of care each day.
And the beauty of this solution is that it doesn't require special equipment, expensive supplements, or even a dramatic lifestyle change. Just a pinch of spice, a little intention, and the willingness to believe that small habits can yield powerful results.
Cayenne pepper may be a powerful ally for your heart, but it is most effective when it works hand in hand with the everyday choices you make at the table. Because the truth is, no single ingredient, no matter how potent, can replace the quiet, cumulative power of a heart-supportive lifestyle. And for many older adults, one of the greatest tools for protecting heart function, preventing stroke, and improving longevity lies in what's on your plate. One of the most respected dietary patterns for heart health is the DASH diet, short for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. Recommended by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, the DASH diet has been clinically shown to lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart failure. It emphasizes vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean protein sources like fish, particularly fatty fish such as salmon, which are rich in heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids. It also encourages the consumption of nuts, seeds, and legumes, while minimizing sodium, red meat, and ultra-processed foods. According to the American College of Cardiology, following the DASH diet can reduce the risk of heart disease by up to 20%. For those living with or at risk of congestive heart failure, reducing sodium intake is especially critical. High sodium levels increase fluid retention, which can place extra strain on a weakened heart. The CDC recommends that older adults with hypertension or heart failure limit sodium to under 1,500 milligrams per day, a target that requires careful attention to processed food labels and restaurant meals. In addition to diet, certain vitamins and supplements can provide complementary support. Omega-3 fatty acids help reduce inflammation and support regular heart rhythm. Coenzyme Q10, which declines with age, and some medications like statins, plays a vital role in energy production within heart muscle cells. Magnesium supports normal heartbeat and blood pressure regulation. Vitamin D, often low in older adults, has been linked to better cardiovascular outcomes. And potassium, abundant in bananas, sweet potatoes, and spinach, helps balance sodium levels and reduce pressure on arterial walls. Together, these nutrients and dietary habits form a foundation far stronger than any one solution alone. They work synergistically to reduce inflammation, improve vessel function, and restore the heart's natural rhythm. Because it's not just about avoiding heart attacks and strokes, it's about rebuilding trust in your body, day by day, bite by bite. Just as Cayenne supports blood flow, these everyday choices nourish resilience. And in a world where illness can feel overwhelming, a well-balanced meal becomes an act of quiet resistance, a reminder that healing can be both powerful and gentle.
Living well doesn't have to begin with big changes. In fact, the most lasting transformations often start with the smallest, most gentle steps. For older adults, especially those living with heart conditions or managing blood pressure, it's the quiet rhythm of daily habits, not grand resolutions, that leads to stronger, steadier health. Begin with a morning walk. 10 minutes of movement each day can help improve circulation, lower blood pressure, and clear the mind. The American Heart Association recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. But if that sounds overwhelming, remember, consistency matters more than intensity. Even short walks create momentum. Consider adding 5 minutes of simple meditation or mindful breathing. Studies from Harvard Medical School have shown that regular mindfulness practice can reduce cortisol levels, ease anxiety, and help stabilize heart rate and blood pressure. And don't underestimate water. Dehydration, especially in older adults, can cause blood to thicken, putting more strain on the heart. Drinking enough water, about 6 to 8 cups a day depending on your needs, can support your circulation and energy levels.
You don't have to do everything at once. But if you can care for your heart just a little more each day, then tomorrow becomes not just another day, but one filled with strength, clarity, and deeper purpose. It's never too late to reclaim your vitality. You deserve a body that supports your dreams, no matter your age. And now, a gentle reminder for every listener. Your heart doesn't speak in words, but it tries to whisper through weariness, pressure, and breathless moments. It doesn't ask for perfection, only presence. It needs you to listen, to rest when needed, to move when possible, and to nourish it daily with small acts of care. This isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about honoring the life your heart has carried for you all these years. Give it your attention. Give it your trust. And above all, give it your love, because it has never stopped giving you life. Finally, please remember that the information in this video is for educational and inspirational purposes. To get medical advice that is best suited for your individual health condition, especially if you have underlying medical issues or are taking medication, please always consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional.